When you're dealing with a toxic personality, you have to know how to play the game. And you play the game properly by actually staying out of their game. Because if you were dealing with a pathologically narcissistic personality, then you were dealing with a manipulator. And they manipulate you while you're in the entanglement and also afterwards. They're always manipulating. Hence, understand that Chucky deceives on day 0. Chucky deceives on day 0. He doesn't wait 24 hours. Hence, it is important that you truly understand the narcissistic abuse cycle, because it is a cycle. It is a pathology, patterned dysfunctional behavior. And every day on this channel, we talk about pathological narcissism, personal development, spirituality, and raising your awareness so that you can identify and avoid these toxic personalities. Hence, first up, understand that these toxic personalities exist. You very well may not have known that these species of people existed. I know I sure didn't. Hence, understand that there are 8 billion people on this planet, which means that that is 8 billion levels of consciousness. 8 billion levels of consciousness. Billion, B, bravo. Hence, it is important that you learn to discern the level of consciousness that somebody is coming from, because pathological narcissists are stuck at the bottom of the consciousness ladder. They are stuck at the bottom of the consciousness ladder. They don't grow. They regress. They get worse with time. And that is what oftentimes leaves you so confused, because they look human at the flesh level, but again, behind the physical veil is where you will see that you're dealing with a dissociated soul. They checked out and they didn't check back in. They have a personality disorder. They are lost souls. They are dark souls. They are disconnected from source. Hence, you are dealing with the walking dead. You are dealing with the walking dead. You are dealing with the undead. So can they walk around here on this planet? Yes, but they cannot self-reflect. And they cannot self-reflect because they don't have a self. That's the disorder. They abandon their true self for the false self, the ego. You see, if you're seeing me and I'm seeing you, then that means that you had a spiritual awakening or you had an ego death. If you're hearing me, if you're seeing me, then you had a spiritual awakening. And that is why we are resonating within the same frequency. That's the law. That's the law of vibration. You attract from where you vibrationally are. And that is why you manifested this channel. And that is why you're seeing me. That is why you're seeing this video. Because you were seeking clarity, and clarity came in the form of this video that you're watching or audio that you're listening. That's how this universe works. This universe works on frequency. And your frequency is what you will eventually frequently see. That's the law of vibration. And the law of vibration is a law of energy. Just like physics or quantum physics. It's energy. Protons, neutrons, electrons, atoms. And the law of vibration states that everything is in motion. We live in a universe of motion. Things are always moving or vibrating. Even solid objects. Solid objects just vibrate at a higher frequency oftentimes than liquids. Liquids vibrate at a different frequency than gas, and so on. Hence, know that the law of vibration tells us that Everything in this universe is moving and vibrating. Hence, you want to vibrate at the right frequency. You want to vibrate at the right frequency, because when you're at the right frequency, then you will attract what you want, because you don't want what you don't want. But you were entangled with a pathological narcissist, and you were entangled with a pathological narcissist because your frequency was off. Your frequency was too low. Pathological narcissists are low vibrational beings. They exist in the 3D, 2D, 1D, suffering. They are trapped in their lower ego, but you just broke out of that dimension. You stepped into the 4th dimension, the 5th dimension, the 6th dimension, and higher. You leveled up. You ascended. You got the courage to walk away, stay away, and heal. You raised your frequency. And in raising your frequency, you manifested this video. You were seeking, and here's the video. You found it. Because seeking and finding, people are on the same spectrum. Just like victims and abusers. Because you broke out of victim abuser consciousness. And you stepped into your power. And you step into your power when you get the courage to walk away. And stay away. Because otherwise you will be down there at the bottom of the consciousness ladder, where people very well may rule you by force. Because that is the vibration. That is what you will get from 3D consciousness, or 2D consciousness, or 1D. People that are in a state of suffering will want to inflict suffering on you. They have suffering on the inside, so you'll see suffering on the outside. However, understand that with this newfound awareness that suffering is optional today. Suffering is optional today. You don't have to be entangled with a toxic personality that is gaslighting you and draining you and disrespecting you and so on. You can manifest the reality that you want. Life is spiritual. Life is spiritual, hence raise your frequency to where you want to frequently see. What do you want? You are the creator of your reality. That's the awakening. You are the creator of your reality. You are the creator. Hence, consciously create the life that you want. Because eventually you will see what was in your mind's eye. What is in your mind's eye will eventually come to your physical eye. That is how you create. You go from thoughts to things. You go from thoughts, not physical, to things, physical. We create from the not physical realm to the physical realm. We create from the spirit realm to the physical realm. That's the awakening.